Latest development on Niger Republic. As ECOWAS announces it has picked a D-Day for its military invasion of Niger Republic to restore democratic order, two countries that have been clear on their determination to fight with Niger, have decided to match words with action by sending fighter jets to Niger ahead of the impending ECOWAS military strike on the country. Burkina Faso and Mali have maintained from the get-go that any attack on Niger will be deemed an attack on both countries as well. Sending in fighter jets is just one way they're willing to show they're serious about everything they have said. ECOWAS says it's not only combat ready, but in fact have now decided on a D-Day for their long talked about military intervention in Niger Republic. We are ready to go in any time the order is given. The D-Day has also been decided. Abdel Fattah Musa, ECOWAS Commissioner for Political Affairs and Security. So, while ECOWAS acknowledges it is still hoping diplomacy works, it has already picked a day to strike militarily in Niger Republic. As we've reported for so long, this war isn't gonna be a Niger war. It's a war that will involve multiple countries, fighting on the side of Niger, including Mali, Burkina Faso, Guinea, and beyond. This will not be a small war. Its potential to spread across the West African coast is very, very high, and it'll happen very quickly. Many have called for only dialogue and diplomacy to be applied in this situation, but it seems someone somewhere is losing it and just can't stand seeing African countries switch allegiances. Also, BRICS is about to hold its mega summit at which nearly 24 to 25 African countries will likely be admitted or given a path to admission. And if care is not taken, this strike in Niger may be planned to happen within the period of that summit that takes place in just a few days, in order to cast a dark shadow over the alternative bloc's potential successes. There is way too much at play right now, but my prayer is that the folks who are constantly beating these drums of war will soon realize that this rush to war, less than a month from the military takeover and only a few weeks into diplomacy, will do no one any good. Times have changed. The Africa of yesterday is no longer the Africa we see today. It's Africa's time, and anyone planning against the interest of Africa will have more than human armies fighting them. If it's not so, explain how we got to the point of bloodless coup upon bloodless coup in the Sahel, despite the presence of foreign armies. It's time to rethink our often spontaneous response to whims of the colonial establishment. Mental slavery is when the prison doors are thrown open and the prisoner still sits tight, moping at the open doors but only seeing them closed. This is Africa's time, and we must collectively make a break for it by deploying organic, traditional African solutions to our African problems with no recourse to overbearing colonial influences. As I see all these play out, I keep going back to the dream I had some time ago where fighter jets that look exactly like what Burkina Faso and Mali have sent to Niger were in the Nigerian skies, specifically Lagos, and was bombing indiscriminately and people were falling like flies. This is what these guys want. They want the entire region to be set on fire, with a major weapons manufacturer like Russia playing big brother to these nations in the Sahel, and Egypt warning it will not stand by and let this happen. What do you see for the region? A monster chaos, and you can bet they're never gonna run out of weapons. But who bears the brunt? It's you and I. Niger Republic hosts the largest drone base for the US Army, AFRICOM. France has close to 1,500 boots on ground, and there are probably a few other foreign elements in the region. Many countries resisted the temptation to allow a drone base in their countries because those bases are dangerous. From those bases, people can be targeted and killed without a trace, and no one will be held accountable. It happened in Pakistan and many other countries. From there, chemtrails can be sent into our skies to make the people sick. Chemtrails carry cancer microbes. I have seen those chemtrails live in the skies over Lagos, Nigeria, and you know exactly where the drones are from. So, they have a lot to worry about, and they don't think diplomacy will give them what they're looking for, which is total control. But it is us Africans who should put our feet down and say, no, we must go this route and not set our region on fire for the interest of a few. Honestly, it's not looking good, but the more the situation deteriorates, the more optimistic I become that African will eventually win big.